Hey guys, what's up? This is me, Nightmare 10, and I'm here with my video that I've been wanting to do since Sunday night. As you can see, the title will have something about it, but anyways. Bryan Danielson returns to SummerSlam, and why I thought the whole end of SummerSlam sucked. But that's just me. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go through my points. I already did this once. Just didn't really like how it was going, so I wanted to start over. So there you go. If the camera's a little shaky, my tripod broke, so until I get another one, you're gonna get a close-up view, pretty much. Anyways, here we go. Where to start? Okay, first of all, let's start with. All right, Bryan Danielson came out. Obviously, that was a great thing. At first, I was like, okay, why did Bryan Danielson come out? I had forgot that the Nexus kicked him out the group per se. It's kind of hard because I mean us as internet fans or whatever you want to call us, we watch we know the news and stuff. We know why he actually got kicked off or got fired. So for him to come back like that, it's kind of like I really wanted him to it to be him and Cena versus Nexus at the end, and Cena go to like tag him in and Bryan Danielson knock off, but would that be too much of a turn early on? Probably. So I see where I'm like, I shouldn't be, stressed about that or whatever. But so anyways, let's see what else. Even though I love The Miz, I didn't understand why they had him, they cut off Bryan Danielson's momentum. It seems like Vince loves to do that, and that's why I was hating on Vince on my Twitter. It looks like, as soon as someone has hype, or gets a huge buzz behind them, they want to cut him off. And I'm not saying they're completely cutting Bryan Danielson off. Obviously, they're giving him a feud with The Miz. But, okay, regardless if Bryan Danielson wins the U.S. title, who's going to go over The Miz? I don't care. If you disagree with me, you can disagree with me. But the fact of the matter is The Miz is going over here. The Miz has the briefcase. And obviously they want him, they want to move him up to the main event status. So the Miz is not looking bad in this storyline. Now, granted, WWE can make The Miz and Danielson come out of this awesome. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'm not saying, but history has shown that WWE will push somebody and then say, oh yeah, by the way, that we'll let them go back down to earth. Evan Bourne, CM Punk used to happen to him. He's kind of consistent now, so he's not really a good choice, but bunch of people. John Morrison. I mean, people get pushes and get fans behind them, and then they drop them. So, if you don't believe me, like I said, I'll give you a long list of people that's happened to. And I'm not. This isn't just so people that are like, well, TNA does it too. I'm not saying that TNA doesn't. This is, don't make this a WWE versus TNA thing or ROH or whatever. Anyways, so that's why I didn't like that. Yes, The Miz and Danielson are going to make some great, hopefully they get, promo time. I think Danielson will make The Miz look better in the ring, and maybe even help him, maybe even help him get better for future feuds. So I like the feud. I just don't necessarily think it should have happened. I think Bryan Danielson should be involved in other stuff. Just to throw this out there, I have not watched Raw yet because I didn't like the ending of SummerSlam. Well, I tuned into Raw. So there's that. What else did I not like? And here's another thing. Now, I don't want to be the guy that, everybody on here comes and says the same thing. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy that says, Super Cena, But the point is this, okay? You have a guy. Alright, Barrett, you have Barrett DDT him on the concrete. What was the point of that? What was the point? All right, if you're gonna let Cena win, what's the point? Because now, if anyone does that, I don't care if it's anybody else besides Cena. I don't care. Obviously if they're lower than Cena, whatever. But no, if they do that, that's lame. I mean, you can't DDT. Sorry if look like I'm spacing out. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. But the point is, you can't have Cena be doing that. Like you can't have that happen to Cena and then expect him to win like that. Like, literally, it wasn't even that long after that before they put him right back in the ring. He went for or Doug Gabriel went, not Doug Gabriel, whatever the freak his name is, Justin Gabriel did his little 450 or whatever, and he moved out the way and missed. I'm fine with Cena eliminating him like that, but then Barrett should have came in and eliminated him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think Cena, you do that. Why do that to Cena just so he can be like, oh, he can overcome the odds again? Like, this overcoming the odds thing is just old. It has nothing to do with, like, Super Cena, really. It has the fact that he always wins. Name me a time that Cena has lost cleanly. Name me the last time he's lost cleanly on pay-per-view in the main event. Because I can't think of any. Now, I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just saying I can't think of any. So if you can think of some, please let me know. And Sheamus beating him was not cleanly. So Sheamus beating him was not cleanly. They did that stupid ending where he pushed him off or something. I can't remember how it ended, but I remember it ended, yes, with the table or something at TLC, I think it was. So no. So before that, no, I can't remember the last time Cena lost legit. Well, let's see, actually, WrestleMania. It was him, Orton, and Triple H. Not this year. That was last year's, I think. But Orton didn't win cleanly, I don't think. I think maybe he did win cleanly. But I don't know if he pinned Cena. So I don't know. So maybe that was the only closeness to Cena losing like that. But it's like Cena has to win all the time. And by the way, Triple H and Orton was in that match. So there you go. But yeah, I don't understand it. I don't get why Cena always has to win. And I understand Cena is your guy. But think about this. You could have Cena feud with somebody. For instance, Cena Barrett. Which will probably happen anyway. But Cena Barrett. Let Cena go with that and then let someone else do stuff. Now, granted, Cena's not in the title picture. So at least we have that. But they're still, since Cena isn't in the title picture, they're making that more important. Like, I know Team Nexus or what Nexus in WWE is the bigger angle. But so you're just going to throw Sheamus and Orton to the side? No. Just because Cena's not in the title picture doesn't mean you can't have that so big. In fact, that was like the only match I was probably looking forward to. I didn't see it. I heard it was better than everybody expected, but so I mean, it just doesn't. The days of Cena being Mr. I win all the freaking time, and if anything is done to me, seriously, Cena could get run over by a Mack truck and still somehow get up and put an STFU on somebody and pin him, or make him tap, or FU him, or whatever. If the dude's invincible, like seriously, I'm tired of it. It's the same old thing, okay? It's the same old thing. Now, I'm not saying other companies are doing better. I'm not saying, or anything like that, but at least you're not getting the same old thing. Cena going over on somebody. Now, granted, like I said, I'm giving a plus. He's at least not in the title picture, but they're not making the title picture the bigger thing. I mean, they're not.